Welcome Capricorn to your March 2025 reading, and thanks for tuning into my channel. Now Cappy, I've got some announcements, so please bear with me. I have done some more of the free mini readings that people have asked for me so long ago when I was doing that offer, but I'm noticing people aren't coming back and watching them. So please check out your notifications to see if your free mini reading is there, if you have requested one. I'm no longer offering that, but if you would like a reading from me, a mini reading from me, you can donate a small amount of money or a large amount of money, whatever you like, any amount of money really. I just feel like if you are giving money for it, you will come back, and I'm not wasting my time for nothing. So you can just put a comment in the comment section below about what you'd like me to focus on, a question, an area that you'd like me to focus on. I will videotape your reading and I will leave a link for you to view your reading in response to the comment that you leave for me. Also, if you'd like to help out my channel, I've started out a new online store, nothing really to do with tarots, but it's to do with my other love of crystals, crystal jewelry, antiques, all kind of stuff like that. So check that out. That will help me out as well if you're into that. All the jewelry, by the way, is one-off pieces, all handmade and designed by my beautiful mum as well. Now let's get into your reading. Now you start out with the most beautiful of cards, that Ace of Cups. What a beautiful card. Look at this Nautilus shell. I actually have a Nautilus shell on my website. They're very rare and endangered. This is a very, very old one, by the way. So check that out if you like Nautilus shells. But this card, the Ace of Cups, is a card of new, wonderful, exciting, emotional new beginnings. It is such beautiful, beautiful energy. I mean, all aces are new beginnings. And this can even talk about a beautiful new romance that's coming in here for a lot of Capricorns. And I mean, look, you do have some people here, Cappy. This could most definitely be a Sagittarian, because you've got the Page of Wands, which I would normally read as a Sagittarian, but this can be any fire sign because it is a general reading. So Leo, Aries, Sag. But normally, as I said, I would read this as a Sagittarius. And you also have the Temperance card here, which is the card for Sagittarius. So there could be a significant Sag here, but you've also got the Page of Cups. I would normally read this as a Pisces, and Pisces and Cappies actually go together beautifully, usually just really good friends as well. But this can be any water sign as well, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this does talk about beautiful love messages as well. So, wow, I'm loving that here for you, Cappy. But yeah, this can talk about a new romance, but it can really signify a very close, intimate, platonic friendship as well. So if you're already married, excuse me, I'm just going to cough. I do apologize for that. I hope that didn't blast your ears out. This can really talk about just a really wonderful platonic friendship as well. If you don't want a relationship, if you're already married or you're not into that at this time in your life, this is just really wonderful, heartwarming, emotional, honest connections with other people. So it's really, really lovely. And also, this is a card that can really talk about deepening spiritual and psychic experiences as well. So if you are into, tarot, I mean, obviously you might be into tarots because you're watching this, but if you are wanting to get into a deeper spiritual kind of side of yourself, this is a wonderful time in March to be doing that as well. But yeah, just really wonderful new beginnings that relate to emotions, family and your intuition. And this can even talk about a new home, a new, you know, if you're doing renovations, just sprucing up your home. It can talk about just putting yourself in that beautiful emotional environment as well. And look what you have right beside it, that Six of Wands. Wow, fiery energy of success and victory. This is the victory card out of the whole deck, and it's almost like this talks about you really having made great strides in your journey, and it's whatever troubles you've had, I feel like these have been resolved. This is you riding into town to great applause. You know, this can even talk about awards. This can talk about promotions. This can talk about you being, you know, just even being called out at work, for instance, for a job well done. But real success and almost like, yeah, it's like something that you've been hoping for is kind of like made its way to your door when this card comes up. You know, it's interesting that it's right above the Seven of Pentacles. And this is that card that talks about you having put in the hard work. You have brought this victory about. You know, the story of the Seven of Pentacles is like the farmer that goes out and tills the soil and plants the seeds and waters his crop and fertilizes it and nurtures it and watches it grow. And now there's nothing more to do other than to sit back and let the beautiful fruit or the beautiful crop, you know, flourish. You can't go out and pull on the little shoots to make things grow any faster. You know, all you can do is know that the work that you've put in is enough, and you are going to reap the rewards of that. And I feel like the fact that there's that victory card right above it, if this is talking about your career, if this is talking about business that you've been working on, and even if this is talking about your home or your physical self, if you've been working on yourself, if you've been looking after your health and looking after your fitness and looking after, you know, your physical self as well, this is coming to fruition. There's some wonderful things here for you as well. Now that beautiful, beautiful Page of Cups. Now 2 pages here, very interesting. I like to look at synchronicities like that. But the Page of Cups, this, as I mentioned, I would normally read as that Pisces card, but again, any water sign. But that Page of Cups, all pages are messages or messengers. So this can be beautiful. This can be a beautiful new relationship, romantic relationship coming in, and it can even talk about if you're sort of have met somebody and you're talking together. This can even talk about a relationship that moves to the next level. So if you've been dating, you might now make it official and decide to become sort of a couple. Or if you're a couple, you might decide to become engaged, that kind of thing. But because these are messages, pages are messages or messengers, this can even talk about beautiful love letters or any kind of emotional communication, that kind of stuff as well. It's really, really nice messages coming in here. But again, very intuitive. Psychic experiences or an increase in your natural gifts. If you are already psychically inclined or you work in a spiritual field, there is going to be an increase in your gifts here. So that's really lovely as well, because obviously a lot of you you're already married, you don't want relationships or that kind of stuff. But this can even talk about a deepening of an existing marriage, like if you are married, just that deepening connection here. It's really, really beautiful. And that Temperance card, wow, this is you in control of your situation. This is you, this is alchemy. This is you getting elements It's like creating a potion or creating a spell that's just perfect, that will allow you to achieve exactly what it is you want, you know, melding and blending and mixing things together to get what it is you want here. So that's really nice energy. It's almost like you're creating your reality here. It's similar to the energy of the magician, of manifestation, but this is more of you taking elements within your world, within your life, to mix them and have just the perfect outcome for you. And again, that page of Pentacles, sorry, the page of Wands that I spoke about, this is that card of excitement, intuition, of adventure. Again, really good news coming in here for you when the Page of Cups comes. I don't know why I keep saying Page of Cups. Page of Wands comes in here for you. This can even be you wanting to go back to study, to learn, but new opportunities are really being presented to yourself, and you might even find out some information about something wonderful that's coming into your life here as well with this. Again, like I said, messages or messengers. And this is a really creative card. Wands are about your creativity, your inspiration, and this card shows up when it's giving you the ability to think outside of the box. It's going to be really valuable for you to do that. And this also asks you to follow your passions, Capricorn. Let them guide you in your life work. If you've been dreaming about starting a business, about, you know, a worm farm, whatever it is that is your passion, go for it, do it, because it's going to work out so well for you. I feel like, definitely for some of you, this is like a promotion or a career change or just a really promising new development in your professional life as well when this card shows up. So that's lovely. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles, I mentioned that. So for those of you that have been working on a project or really putting a lot of energy and effort into something, this is definitely coming to fruition here. And I feel like for some of you, you've been really burdened financially. You have potentially been struggling here. You've got the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands here. And I feel like this is really saying you have come to the end of that struggle now. You've carried that burden. You've done the hard yards. You know, in a traditional deck, you would see that figure bent over with that massive load of sticks on their back. And it's been so difficult. But you know what? The Ten of Wands is actually a card of success, because although things have been difficult, although you've had to struggle financially, physically, even for some of you, you've succeeded. You've come through it. You've reached the destination. You've learnt the lessons that you've had to learn here. You can finally put down that heavy load here. You don't have to struggle anymore. I really love that for you, and I feel like you are going to love that, particularly if this is to do with your finances. As I said, for a lot of you, but whatever you've been feeling like has been lacking in your life, and for some of you this could even be love, because it is beneath that Page of Cups. It's often something of our own doing, in a sense. It may have, the situation is very real, I'm sure, to you, but more often, if you change your perception about something, things around you will change as well. I feel like as long as your focus is not on what you don't have, and you change that focus on what you want, I feel like that is kind of triggering that law of attraction. You know, so if you're focusing on what you lack, on what you don't have, the law of attraction is just going to give you more of what you lack and what you don't have. So if you focus on what you want, what you desire, visualize what you would like rather than what the situation where you have been feeling this lack, you will receive it. Yeah, I feel like there's a real, you know, sorry to be pondering this. I feel like this is like a temporary situation. And for some of you, look, this may have lasted a long time. I know I'm not an astrologer, but I know from watching astrologers and other people on YouTube that Capricorn have gone through a very difficult time over the last 20 years. But now that there's been planetary changes, I think with Pluto and Saturn going out of your sign, things are going to fade away once your thoughts turn more positive here. And I really see you coming through that just because you've got that 10 of Wands there as well. Now let's get some clarifying cards. I do apologize. This is the Mystic palette I forgot to mention, and I am going to clarify with the Mystical Tarot, which I use all the time. This is my favorite deck, or certainly one of my favorite decks. Okay, wow. Well, look at that. You absolutely have some wonderful change in terms of your finances. That 9 of Pentacles, what beautiful energy. This is abundant energy. This is you really being able to enjoy your life, surround yourself with luxury and success and self-nurturing. It's I feel like this isn't prosperity that is being handed to you. I feel like this has been earned from many hours of long, hard work here. But I feel like you really deserve a rest and relaxation. And I feel like this is almost like wealth and energy that talks about people coming to a place nearing retirement, or, you know, if you're not of that age anyway, it's almost like you've earned enough money here to stop working if you want to. And most Capricorns probably won't stop working no matter how much money they have. But this is really nice abundance in this card here. And if you've got plans to go into business, this is a really, really good idea. You should really pursue this when the 9 of Pentacles shows up. And this is also a card of quiet reflection. It's almost like go out in nature, enjoy solitude. Not so much, well, yeah, enjoy that feeling of solitude. And I feel like Capricorns know the difference between being lonely and solitude. I think you realize you don't need the company of other people to be happy when this card shows up. And it's interesting, you've got the Hierophant. I do apologize. This used to be called the Pope. This is quite a spiritual card in itself as well. And it is the card of marriage sometimes. So look, this new love may bring about a wonderful marriage here. This is the card of Taurus as well. But this is beautiful, beautiful energy. This is a card of duality. And this talks about doing things in a traditional way, or bucking the trend and doing things your own way. So in terms of your career, you might not want to do that. You might decide to go down that corporate route, do the traditional thing where you build your way up the corporate ladder. Or you might just say, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I want to start my own business, live a bohemian life, be able to work remotely, you know, that kind of thing. It's two poles apart here. And even in terms of tradition of marriage, you know, you might want to go down, you know, have the big church wedding, or you might want to go and do something completely different and get married on a beach in you know, the Pacific Islands or something like that. You know, this is extremes here. And this can even talk about you deciding to go back to university, do some degrees, do some study. You know, you do have the page there, so there could be some new study here coming in for some of you. But wow, oh wow, what a card, the Wheel of Fortune. Things are finally turning in your favor here, Capricorn. Now, this can mean a bit of a windfall for some of you, so that's really nice. I'm sure Cabbies would love to hear that. But this is that turning of that karmic wheel, and you know, things turning in your favor for a change, particularly when you've got that Five of Pentacles, where perhaps there has been struggle financially. Things are changing and shifting and turning here for you. This is real luck on your side, being in the right place at the right time, achieving a lot of success that, you know, things just, like I said, the things just being in the right place, that the planets just shifting in the right alignment at the right time for you, for things to just work out. So I absolutely love that for you, Cappy. Now let's get a final card from the Now I Understand Oracle deck by Janine and Lauren McLean. And look at that power. You have the strength and drive to shift up a gear, propel forward with gusto. I love that card. You know, this is so much energy here, and I feel like in a way this is very much connected with that Temperance card, because this is you, like I said, taking all of the elements, all of blending and mixing things together, harnessing your power and going for it. There's so much success here. You've got that card of victory. Wow. Go for it, Cappy. I'm so happy to tell you that story, that news. Please take me up on my offer of that reading. You know, any amount of money is okay. At least I know, as I mentioned in the beginning, you will come back and listen to your reading if you're interested in it. Just leave that comment and I will respond to your comment with your link to the video. And as I said, check out my beautiful new online store with all those wonderful crystal pieces and exotic beads and beautiful antiques. I'm sure some Capricorns will really love that. So have a great month, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.